Hello, future officers, and welcome. Today, we are going to dive right into a topic that's super important for your upcoming SSC exams, the Rajasthan Homestay Scheme 2026. We're going to break this down completely from an exam point of view, so you'll get all the key points and tricks you need to handle any question on this. So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the absolute basics. What exactly is this scheme? Then we'll dig into the why, its main objectives. After that, we'll look at the practical stuff, like what the experience is like for tourists and what support the government provides. And finally, we'll zoom out to see the bigger impact. Of course, we'll wrap it all up with a quick-fire revision to make sure all these points are locked in your memory. Ready? Let's get started. All right, Section 1. What is the scheme? Let's get a solid grip on the core concept. Before you can tackle the complex questions, you have to nail the fundamental definition. So, let's put on our exam hats. Imagine this question pops up on your screen. What is the primary focus of the Rajasthan Homestay Scheme? Take a second and think about it. And here's the answer. It's a government initiative that aims to promote rural and community-based tourism. And how does it do that? By encouraging tourists to stay with local households. Now, for your notes, these keywords are absolute gold: rural, community-based tourism, and local households. Seriously, remembering these can be your direct ticket to the correct answer. Now, this slide showcases a really powerful exam technique, the process of elimination. Look at the difference here. The scheme is all about community tourism, local homes, and authentic rural experiences. What is it not about? It's not about huge luxury hotels or privatizing old forts. So in the exam, if you see an option that sounds big, commercial, or corporate, you can be pretty confident in eliminating it. It's a simple trick that'll boost your speed and accuracy. Okay, let's move on to the why. We've covered the what, now let's understand the why. Trust me, understanding the objectives behind a government scheme is so important because this is a favorite area for examiners to ask questions. So the next big question is, what is a key objective of this scheme when it comes to Rajasthan's rural economy? This one really gets to the heart of the government's economic thinking behind this whole policy. And here are the main economic goals laid out nice and clear. First, and this is a big one, it's to create self-employment for local families. Second, it's about empowering the youth with new ways to earn an income. And finally, when you put those two together, the aim is to boost the entire rural economy. It's all connected, really forming the economic backbone of this initiative. And here's another quick exam trick for you. Just burn these two phrases into your memory: self-employment and rural economy. If you're in an exam and you see these keywords in an option about the scheme's objectives, there's a very, very high chance that's your correct answer. It's a great little shortcut to keep in mind. Okay, let's switch gears a little and dive into the next part, the homestay experience. So what do tourists actually get out of this? This is important because it's what makes this whole scheme so different from just regular tourism. And the question to think about here is, what unique experience does the scheme emphasize for visitors? That word unique is the real key here. The answer can be summed up in one powerful word: authenticity. This is so much more than just a place to sleep. It's about having direct interactions with local traditions, getting to taste real home-cooked food, and experiencing the local way of life firsthand. So remember, for the exam, the unique selling point here is the culture, not just the accommodation. Now, let's get into the practical side of it, government support. I mean, this all sounds wonderful, but how does the government actually help make it happen? Understanding the implementation is absolutely critical for your exam. So let's frame this with another potential exam question. How exactly do the tourism authorities in Rajasthan support the people who own these homestays? And the great thing is, the government's support strategy is really simple and easy to remember. It all comes down to two main types of training. Just keep that number 2 in your mind as we go to the next slide. And here they are. First, they provide training in hospitality, to make sure guests receive good quality service and have a comfortable stay. And second, they offer training in digital skills, which is so incredibly important these days. This helps the homeowners market their homestays online and manage their bookings. Basically, this support helps them run their homes like professional small businesses. All right, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture in our final conceptual section, sustainability and impact. This connects the scheme to a very modern and very important concept. So the question is, how does this scheme contribute to sustainable tourism? This is a really popular keyword right now, so you should definitely know how this scheme is a perfect example of it. Well, here's the simple and quite brilliant explanation. The scheme provides more places for tourists to stay without having to build massive new hotels. By using homes that are already there, it helps preserve the local environment and avoids all the pollution and disruption that comes with heavy construction. It's a fantastic example of sustainable development in action. All right, it's time for the most important part of our lesson, a super fast revision. Let's lock in everything we've just learned so you're completely prepared for any question that comes your way. Let's recap the whole thing in 5 quick points. Ready? Number 1, the focus is on rural and community-based tourism in local homes. 2, the goal is to create self-employment. 3, the experience is all about authenticity, culture, food, and lifestyle. 4, the support comes from government training in 2 areas, hospitality and digital skills. And 5, the impact is promoting sustainable tourism by avoiding big construction projects. There you go, the entire scheme, ready for your notes. And that's a wrap. For PDF notes on this topic and all our other updates, make sure you join our Telegram channel. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful, please do like it and share it with your friends who are also preparing for their exams. Keep studying hard, you're doing